Hey guys, this is John for Cartridge Gamers here with another Dragonball Super review. Today I got my friend Carmine here. He's going to help me do the review. He's a huge Dragonball fan,
yes.
and I'll let you talk
about
how
we're
much.
both Dragonball fans.
We are.
Huge Dragonball fans.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much, this is how we became friends in the first place.
Well,
It was
yeah.
just like, Dragonball?
Yeah.
You Dragonball?
Yeah, oh my god.
And that was it.
That's just how friendships start. And if it hasn't, you have bad friendships.
That's true, it's not as good.
Anyway,
so today was episode 66. This was a crazy-ass episode.
Yeah.
I would say, personally, one of Super's best, if not the entire Dragon Ball universe.
Yes,
best.
and there's a couple, I think, story twists or changes to what the normal formula is for Dragon Ball, which really, I think, helped out and push it over the top.
Right.
So where do you want to start, John?
Well, like usual, I'll talk about the good, and then if there's any bad, we'll talk about the bad. But since this is your first review, I'll let you do the good first.
Okay. I mean, holy shit, Vegito. I cursed it. But you have Vegito. One of my favorite all-time characters. The confidence, the somewhat cockiness at times, how powerful he is, and he knows it.
Right.
Awesome. Now, what we saw and we didn't really know about Vegito and why they actually parted ways in Z. We finally found out the reasoning why.
Right.
Was because the Battery Earrings only actually allow you to fuse for an hour.
If you're not a Supreme
If
Kai.
you're not a Supreme Kai. If you're not, I guess a Kai or a Supreme Kai, whatever it was.
Right.
So that was new. Interesting, I guess. I feel like Elder Kai would have said something about that.
I feel like it was a plausible reason. I feel like the writers just needed an excuse to not have just Vegito run around.
Yeah.
My theory was they were going to become Vegito and then need the Dragon Balls to separate themselves.
That was my going theory too.
Or
they're just like, oh no, you just have an hour, so you don't have to worry about that. I bet you they wish they knew that then. It wouldn't have been such a big deal. They wouldn't have had to waste all that time when Boo came out.
That's true.
And when they were fighting Boo, and they were like, oh, I don't want to join with you and be stuck with you forever. And then it wouldn't have been forever. It would have been an hour.
That's true.
It's interesting. It's fine. But
or Gohan could have caught the damn earring, and we could have had a Goku Gohan fusion, which would have been amazing.
Yeah, a little awkward.
It would have been awkward. Very awkward.
Weird. But again, it wouldn't have been permanent, so it wouldn't have been weird for that long.
That's true.
But yeah, Vegeta was great. Again, kind of interesting how we went into the episode expecting a kind of primarily a big Vegito episode. You know what I mean? Like, you figure it was gonna wind down at the end. I don't know if I felt like when I saw the previews, Vegito wasn't necessarily gonna beat them. I thought they were gonna have to call upon something else to actually beat.
Right. Thinking of the previous episode. Sneak peek of this episode.
Yeah.
It gave away
everything.
Spoilers, everything, right?
Almost everything.
Almost,
yeah.
But you did see Vegito the whole time, so yes, you kind of. It was surprising to be like, okay, so now he only has an hour, and of course, like with the fusion dance, because of the power going into this Vegito Blue.
Yeah.
It was cut down to probably whatever it was, like 30 minutes or something like that.
And that's what was really interesting. That there was all this hype up. I think everybody going into this episode was expecting a Vegito episode. That Vegito episode when he's just cocky and he's just slapping around Boo from Z. Like, that's kind of what I was expecting, and that's not what we got.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Big fanfare. Final Kamehameha.
Yeah. That was great.
Him going Super Saiyan Blue right off the bat.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. And then we had what happened with Trunks.
Right. Now, this kind of leads into for myself, it's hard because it's kind of not bad, but maybe sloppy writing.
Yeah, I think there's something that we're missing.
Yeah.
Just on a grand scheme of what Trunks is at this point.
Yeah.
And what he can actually do.
Yeah, because I've said it in other reviews and leading up to this, because almost every episode Trunks just becomes stronger. He just becomes, like, he doesn't stop. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna become stronger, and there's no explanation of why.
No, and we talked about it from time to time too. Like, he at first glance, when you saw some of the blue, you saw, just the whites of his eyes, and that was it. We were like, all right, is this what Broly is? Is this the transformation that Broly is?
Yeah.
And we still have the answer. We have no idea what Trunks is. We just know that he keeps just jumping up in power.
Right.
Which is fine from a story standpoint, because moving on into the episode, full of spoilers, obviously. This is a review.
It's too late for you. You can't turn back now.
Everybody knew Vegito, but...
And if you haven't seen the episode and you're a fan...
Stop now and then go back and watch it. But with Trunks summoning, for all purposes, what we would assume was a spirit bomb.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Which probably pisses King Kai off, because he didn't teach him that.
No.
And he never technically saw Goku do a spirit bomb in his trip into the past when they were fighting Cell.
He never saw it. The only thing he wouldn't know, you can go into like a guessing game of like, oh well, Bulma or Gohan mentioned it during training that we didn't see or something, but it's a stretch.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a stretch. Then you have him summon a spirit bomb
with his sword.
He has a broken sword, and that spirit bomb goes into the sword.
Yeah.
I don't know how. Is it a special sword? Was he always able to do this and he just didn't have the power to? These are the questions I need answered, John.
I know. This, to be honest, for me, it's... See, I get what they wanted to do. They wanted Trunks to defeat Zamasu/Black, if he even did it, since half of him is immortal. But, it is his story. It is his timeline being screwed up.
Yeah.
I just feel like it still doesn't make sense. Like,
and kind of when we were talking about the sense of the story and everything like that, you actually brought to my attention, I didn't even know about this, that in the actual Japanese manga, spoilers for the manga,
yes,
that Trunks actually trained on Supreme Kai's planet with the Z Sword,
mm-hmm.
which I feel like wouldn't be the perfect explanation for some of this stuff, but at least it would be an explanation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
See, in the manga version, he did go train with the Z Sword. He never broke it, so the Elder Kai never unleashed his full potential like he did with Gohan. The only thing that the manga kind of explains or shows is that during his confrontation with Bobbidi and Dabura, he actually turned Super Saiyan 2, and I think that's when he did turn Super Saiyan 2. So, all his training would have got him to Super Saiyan 2 from that situation. It's hard to say, because I always bring back Gohan.
Yeah.
Through the Dragon Ball Z, you always see him get stronger and stronger, and I guess it's just the theory that because he's half human, half Saiyan, like, it just gives him more potential or hidden potential, and he keeps unleashing it. So this is kind of maybe what Trunks has.
Mm-hmm.
And, Vegeta was always, Goku was always known as a prodigy.
Yeah.
So, in a sense, that should make Gohan stronger. But, Vegeta always says he has the royal blood. Like, he's always, like, supposed to be the top of the Saiyans and stuff like that. So maybe this is true in Trunks's style, where, like, his potential is a little bit more progressive versus Gohan's. But still doesn't give an explanation.
No.
It's a little disappointing because... you have Goku and Vegeta since the Cell Saga, where, Trunks trained really hard and was able to defeat the androids in his timeline and Cell. And then you assume kind of peace came back and he was able to kind of hang out a little bit. But then you always had Goku, which was training non-stop for 7 years, found Super Saiyan 3 in the other world. And then we assume Super takes place, like a couple months after Boo?
Yeah, it's all between Boo. Pretty much everything, from my understanding of it, is that pretty much from when Boo ends, this is the time still all the way up to that last tournament.
Right.
Because they even mentioned it. They had a callback to it a little bit in the one episode where they're looking for fighters for the other world tournament.
Yeah.
And they're like, didn't they resurrect Boo or whatever? But he's still a kid at this point. So this is years down the line.
But this is the point was because it took Goku all this time just to get to Super Saiyan 3, and then he's training, he becomes a Super Saiyan God. Then they somehow find Super Saiyan Blue within that mix. Again, we never saw that happen.
It was just understood by them training and that. I guess they got sent to some room or some plane, I guess.
It's like the hyperbolic time chamber, but the Whis version.
Yeah, the Whis version.
So it was a little more intense. Whatever happened, they figured it out.
Yeah.
But, that's with them having this knowledge and things like that. So for Trunks to be able to kind of push his own body past
all
of that, because you figure you have Vegito fighting the Fusamasu, and then out of nowhere Trunks is almost as strong as Vegito.
Yeah.
Or looking at it where Vegito just weakened him enough.
Could be. That's also a state. I mean, the other thing is too is that if you just Vegito in general, Goku and Vegeta together they're just a mix of, power and the unwillingness to use it all.
Yeah.
Because they want to slowly build it up, and it's the same pride and the same fighting spirit to try and kind of slowly build it up, and then you take them out. But who knows what it really could have been. Right. But I think the big takeaway from Z, Dragon Ball, whatever the case may be, we now have somebody that actually saved the day that wasn't Goku.
That's true. And
that's huge for the series. It's the first time we haven't had to depend on Goku to actually fix the problem.
True.
Beat it. Even when you look at it and people are like, oh, well, Gohan beat Cell. Gohan beat Cell, absolutely, with his own power.
But Goku kind of let him...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the other thing was he kind of appears, he's that voice in the back of Gohan said, because Gohan was about to give up. Yeah. Like Gohan does sometimes, just gives up shit.
Yeah, and he cries, and then Piccolo has to slap him.
Yeah. But
yes.
Yeah, so we finally have a scenario where there was a power that was overwhelming to, I guess you still call them the Z Fighters, Goku, Vegeta, and you had somebody else step in to be the hero. Yeah. And it's really hasn't happened.
Right.
I feel like in the series.
The thing though with, that's great, and I think a lot of people might not have, kind of grasped that actually happened. Yeah. But the thing that gets me though is I laugh is because you have Trunks that didn't learn any. I mean, he mastered the Mafubo in the first try.
It's just a natural, John.
Just natural,
You just gotta accept it.
So I mean,
accept that he's a Super Saiyan.
Yeah, he's just this crazy Super Saiyan half god thing, but I mean, I look at it as he never really he never trained. While Goku and Vegeta ran off back to the past, he was fighting and he got his butt kicked a lot, and I assume him getting a sense of he was getting more and more energy that way, so his anger kept pushing.
He was probably getting a jump every time that he actually had to heal.
Think back into the Cell or the Dynamic Saga with Vegeta. Every time he almost died and came back,
he took another step above whatever his rival was.
And I assume that is what's really helping him.
And you want to know what? Then it kind of goes hand in hand too with, you see that in Gohan, you see that in Goku, you see that in Trunks. Vegeta, I felt like during the Namek Saga, he had a lot more jumps.
Yes.
When it came to, he was in a lot more battles, but he kept jumping consistently above what his rivals were. So maybe that is because he's Vegeta's son.
Yeah.
He was getting those kind of jumps in power, which makes sense. And that's even looking at how powerful he is from the android fights, and looking at how Gohan was probably really, really strong when he was fighting the androids because he kept fighting the androids and kept getting stronger with every single battle. So it's hard to kind of gauge where he would fall because of the constant battles with Black.
Right. Yeah, that's true. So I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just they kind of threw it at you.
Yeah, so, and with not a lot of explanation.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, I don't know. It's like I wouldn't even say that, but it's like, I don't know. I was gonna say if Goku went Super Saiyan 3, but he never said it was Super Saiyan 3. It was just Goku, and then you're like, what the hell's going on? But I don't know. It just because he didn't go Super Saiyan 3, he just kind of went Super Saiyan Trunks style.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you can't. I don't know. But anyway, it was interesting. I'm still on the edge to that Spirit Bomb sword thing because it's kind of like
out of left field.
Out of left field. There was no build up to it. It wasn't like someone taught him how to do any of that.
Mm-hmm.
It would make more sense if he kind of like had training or something somehow somewhere down the line. Or,
he really hasn't had huge amounts of training.
Yeah.
And like I said, I feel like they can explain some of this if they gave some background with his time on Supreme Kai's planet.
Yeah.
Like maybe there was some sort of mentoring with the
Yeah.
use of other spirit energy. Maybe there was talk about, eventually your potential will unlock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I feel like it could be explained, and I just don't know if they're going to explain it or they're just going to keep going with it. But it just seems so weird that nobody's questioning it.
Right.
I
mean, another theory you could say, too, is... now this is kind of a theory I have, because you have, for instance, you have Goku going Super Saiyan 3, and no one but Gotenks can go Super Saiyan 3, and the only reason I think Gotenks could is because Goku transformed into that form in front of them, and as kids they were just mimicking what he did to do it, and I feel that...
They also had to join pretty much... It has to be Gotenks.
They can't go by themselves. So Vegeta never goes Super Saiyan 3. You never see anyone else go Super Saiyan 3 with the hair. And when Goku became Super Saiyan God, that was kind of a ritual thing. But then they come back as Super Saiyan Blue, and then you have Zamasu in Goku's body, which is technically Goku's body with Zamasu's mind, going a Super Saiyan Rose.
Yeah.
So I feel that maybe they can actually choose the form.
It could be based on their actual energy type too. Like Samzu, I can never get his name right.
Yeah,
Zamasu. He obviously evil energy. Could potentially just have a different effect on Goku's body.
Right.
So it's interesting to kind of see where that could go.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of talk, I think, even leading up to this, with how they thought they were going to have to deal with Black. With was Goku going to turn Super Saiyan White or something like that? Like I felt like there was talks about that.
Yeah, there was a lot of.
But that's what the interesting thing was, is that all that, like, there wasn't another transformation.
Yeah.
There was just Trunks.
Right.
And it's interesting to think about what's going to happen moving forward. Are we even going to see more transformations?
That is true. And like going to what I was saying, like with Trunks becoming what it was, like I feel like that would be Trunks' Super Saiyan 3 transformation, but because of his power, because of it was his body, and maybe because he saw the Super Saiyan Blue, maybe the blue aura is from like the emotion that he was getting for that.
Because you had the hints of the blue energy and stuff like that.
Because the idea of what I was going at was Goku Super Saiyan 3 is unique to him.
Yes.
Vegeta going Super Saiyan 3, he never did because he just kept powering up his Super Saiyan 2 form because
they decide, and I mean that's the thing too. Like when during the Cell games, which was interesting. I mean, again, you said Goku was able to do a Super Saiyan 3 because of his time spent in the afterworld. They kind of decided at Cell that Super Saiyan 2 were the optimal transformations.
Yeah.
As far as speed, power, and everything else like that, and duration. Super Saiyan 3 is just unsustainable.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I think that's the reason why they kind of went to the blue aspect of it, because it's really just changing the type of energy that they have.
Yeah.
Allowing them to kind of be on par with the gods. But again, who knows? Are we going to see a Super Saiyan 3 blue? Like, is Goku going to pull that off?
Can he go Super Saiyan Blue 2 then 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess that would be, a checkbox. They can just kind of check off and say, hey, we did this.
Yeah, exactly.
But I want to know what Trunks is. I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna be vastly disappointed if we get to the end of the series and I have no idea what Trunks is.
Yeah.
Or what his transformation was. Is it just rage, pure rage? Like we call him Super Saiyan Rage?
Right. Because everything's been explained. Like even the bulky forms are like, oh, this is just a very big powered up form, and they need that bulkiness to kind of contain it.
Yeah.
And then like you were saying, the Super Saiyan 2 is like the best version because it was all of the power maintaining the speed.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, like, this gets no explanation. It's just Trunks getting angrier and angry. It's basically Trunks having a tantrum or temper tantrum. becoming...
Finding a need to drive him to become stronger.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. I like you said, I agree. I really hope maybe the next episode, while they're all saying goodbyes or something, maybe someone explains what this is.
Great. Fantastic.
But yes, other than that, great episode. I mean, we got to see Goku have, with a giant Kamehameha.
By the way, thanks for bringing that up real quick. Why did he wait till the end to use Kaioken?
I mean, to be honest...
Because I know it screwed with him the last time.
I know.
So, but I mean, stakes were pretty high.
I know, well, it's kind of like what you said with Vegito.
Yeah.
You have Vegeta and Goku. Vegeta seemed more angry in this kind of arc, so he always was attacking full force, right ahead, but he wasn't thinking still. And then you have Goku always just... Because when you didn't see his full power or him trying until...
That moment. He says, all right, now you get my full power, and he blasts them.
And then the previous episode where it was Zamasu telling him, or Black saying, he killed his family, and then that's when he gets really angry, and that's when, he was just, throwing him around like a rag doll. He one-punched Zamasu, throwing him back.
Yeah.
So, I think Goku was just toying with the idea, seeing how far he can push himself, or seeing how far he can push them so they can push him.
Yeah.
To see how strong, because he, obviously he's fighting his own body, technically, so he wants to see how far maybe Zamasu was able to push his body.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he finally, now everything was all on the line here. So I think, like you were saying, why did he wait? Because I didn't know if he wanted to
it was
use it,
yeah,
and then something happens.
Yeah.
But it was cool that we got to see Kaioken again.
Yeah.
I mean, we were waiting for it.
That was amazing. That one, the one episode.
When he was facing Hit.
Yeah, that was great.
But I mean, we had that. We had Vegito. We had an explanation of, how come they unfused the first time.
Yeah, that'd be
Originally,
great.
It was because Boo's body.
That's what we assumed,
the digestion or something.
Well, that's what we assumed. I don't think we ever got an explanation, really.
Yeah.
It just seems weird that the Elder Kai or none of the other Kais would have understood.
But leave it to a Kai from another universe to figure it out. Yeah. And nonchalant, he's just like, oh yeah, you didn't know that?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you guys?
And you can use all the power of them. Oh, great.
Oh, how about that?
And then I guess just kind of wrapping up. I mean, great episode.
Yeah.
Overall, you figure. Really, I mean, we talked about this too. All right, Trunks had his turn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where's Gohan's turn?
Where is Gohan's
Where's
turn?
Gohan's turn? He was supposed to be the strongest. That's what they always said.
Yeah.
And he's taking a back seat. And just kind of adding on to with what you're talking about with Goku, it feels like this saga in particular, Black being the main threat, it felt almost like Goku kind of took a backseat in a lot of this. It was very Vegeta Trunks oriented.
Yeah.
I felt like so.
I think a lot of fans really wanted that. I mean, the first time ever you had that father and son Gallic gun from the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
So you see a really emotional Vegeta throughout this whole thing. I mean, now he's probably gonna go back to his young Trunks and slap him around and not care that he exists because he's like, "You're not my real son." But it was nice to see that, and it was nice to see. I mean, listen, Goku's obviously he's the main protagonist, so we like to see how far he can go. Mm-hmm. But it's nice to see others step in, Gohan. Obviously, he had his moment. And I mean, to be honest, true. In the Cell saga, androids, Trunks, I mean, he was there, but, it was always Goku got stronger.
Yeah.
We're always we can't wait for Goku to come to defeat everybody.
It was always that it was always that situation.
So now we actually had Trunks able to defeat the enemy. Yeah. The other thing is... I mean, I joke about this because we don't know what he transformed into, but it's well, if he could have done this from the first time, was he just being lazy? I mean, nothing. He didn't train. He didn't
have the right motivation, John.
That's true.
You need to see Gohan be all sappy in the past.
See, that's what got him angry. He saw how weak and pathetic Gohan was.
Yeah, it's totally not what happened. But
and that was,
we're gonna go with that.
That was his inner rage. He was like, How could you? Why? And then he took all his anger out.
That's
what it was.
That must be what it is.
That's
we
what it
figured it out.
See? That's what it is.
Story arc tied.
Yep. Boom.
Nice little knot.
Drop the mic. Walk away.
But yes.
Yes.
Future. Just interesting to see what's gonna come.
Yeah.
You figure we have one more saga, if you count the Afterworld or the Universal tournament.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're gonna go with. It depends. I mean, the show seems to be doing well. I know they were originally talking 100 episodes, and we're on 66. So next week be 67. So it's interesting to see what's gonna happen next. I mean, we just saw some crazy stuff happen.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see what's gonna come next. I mean, you don't go from Frieza to back to Raditz. You go from Frieza to androids to Boo. You know.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna go from black to back to like.
If we're gonna fight Hit again with Goku.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see what happens, but as far as this episode, I'm just going to give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I think they hit on everything that, like I said, a lot of fanfare.
Absolutely.
The only thing would just be the unexplained Trunks abilities.
That's true.
It's the only thing. But like I said, yeah, I mean, 10 out of 10, like just because of the fanfare, how they wrapped it up. Great animation, great fight sequences and stuff like that. It probably blew the entire budget on that one episode, but it's fine.
Yeah, if you were wondering where the budget went for those poor episodes, this was it.
Because the animation was crisp.
It was like
crisp,
movie quality.
It was quick movement. It was awesome.
It actually at times didn't even look like a Dragon Ball.
Yeah,
like
I 100% agree.
It looked like something else, but it was very welcomed. I'm gonna say. The only other thing I'm gonna say, just thinking about it. I know we talked about this from last episode from the preview, just talking about it. What's up with Vegeto's clothes? Now, the reason I say that...
I told you, John.
The reason I say this is because when they first fused, Vegeta wasn't wearing his armor. He had the short sleeve blue with the gloves and the boots. And when they fused, it was exactly what they were wearing together. Now, he had the armor... Kind of. It was kind of blown off.
You see, John, if you have a part of a bagel and you try to put it together, I'm sorry, you have a part of a half bagel and you try to put it together with the other half, it's just not going to work.
So what you're saying is because Vegeta's armor was broken, it excluded the armor.
Yes.
So it just...
Exactly.
Yeah, but...
Science.
But how come? Because he had the full sleeves on this time. It wasn't the short sleeve. Blue.
John, I got so many problems with what Trunks is and his spirit sword. We can talk about the armor if you want, but I think we're gonna file this under an issue for another day. Because I just want to know what's going on with Trunks. I want to know. I got nothing.
He's got nothing.
I got nothing.
So yes,
But yes, the armor mystery shall go on, and hopefully we'll find out what is going on with Trunks, as well as why Vegito had no armor whatsoever or long sleeves.
That better be answered by the end of the saga, or that's it.
See, yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, guys. I mean, you give it a 10 out of 10, right?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm not going to knock it for the story just because Dragon Ball's always been like, okay, well, some story doesn't necessarily match up, some canon's kind of weird, so I can't knock it being a fan of it. But again, the animation, everything that went into it, the fanfare, great, fantastic. Best episode I've seen so far.
Absolutely, 100% agree. But what did you guys think? Let us know down in the comments. If you want to add anything or just want to yell at us, just let us know. But guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching. I'm John from Cartridge Blast Gamers.
I'm Carmine.
Please remember to like and subscribe if you like these videos. Thanks for watching, and stay awesome, and we'll catch you next time. Peace. Well, guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching. What did you guys think of the episode? Let us... Okay.
Might as well just keep going. It's fine.
All right.